Yes, we are back again to explain the fact that God did not command the poor or the less privileged to pay tithe based on the Malachi chapter 3, where the tithe collectors always take their memory verse, where they take their case study. So we want to read that place for more clarification or understanding. Now let's see from book of Malachi chapter 3, verse 5. And I will come near unto judgment, and I will be swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the idolaters, and against the swearers and false swearers, and against those who oppress the hireling in his wages, and widows, and the fatherless, and that turn aside the strangers from his right, and fear not me, and the Lord, say the Lord of hosts. Now, what is he trying to say? He's telling us that those who does not comply in assisting the less privileged, he said, I will be a false witness, swift witness against them. I will judge them because they refuse to take care of the less privileged, that's the fatherless. Now, he's also say that those who refuse to take care of the widows, these are the people Christ or Lord, the Lord, have in mind of saying, bring the tithe. He said, if you oppress the less privileged, that is the fatherless, I will bear false witness against you. I will judge you. Remember, he was referring to those people who has money, those people who have it. Now he was also not only the less privileged, he's also talking about the widows and those who oppress the hired servant. Now, those who hire servants, who employ labor, and you oppress them based on your personal aggrandizement, based on your financial status, based on what you have, based on your riches, you oppress the less privileged. He said, I will judge you. That is what God is talking about in that Malachi, because he said, you turn my judgment. And those who also turn strangers from their right, who deny strangers their rights, the less privileged their right, those people who oppress the less privileged and deny them their rights, he said, I will judge them. Now look at what happened in verse 8 from verse 9. Now let's read from verse 9. And he said from verse 8, I will a man rob God? Ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have ye robbed thee? In tithe and offerings. Verse 9, and are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Now, verse 10 says, bring ye all the tithe unto the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house, and prove me now herewith, say the Lord of hosts, if I will not open ye the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, and there shall not be room enough to receive it. Now, what is he trying to say now? He said, bring. The reason why God said you have robbed him for not bringing that 10%. Now, he says so with a reason. What is that reason? Earlier before now, in verse 5, he mentioned those less privileged, the fatherless, the widows, the strangers, those who hadn't nothing, the hired servants. He said, these ones, the reason why he called for that tithe, your pastors, the teachers, they will not tell you. The reason why he said you rob me, because you fail not to take care of those less privileged. He said, bring that 1/10, so that there will be food in my storehouse. Look at what he said there. In that verse, he said, bring ye all the tithe, all the 10% into the storehouse. Now, they have a storehouse. It is not money only. It's not money. He's talking about storehouse, which means where you keep goods. Now, he said, bring 10%, the tithe now, into the storehouse, where they store goods, so that there will be food in my house. Not necessarily money. He didn't say they should bring it so that they will use it to build cathedral. So there will be money to build cathedral. So there will be money to buy jet. So there will be money to, to buy limousine, to buy expensive car for pastor. No, he said, bring it to the storehouse so that there will be food in my house. There will be meat in my house. What is that food for? Who are the food? Is it for the rich? The food was for the less privileged, the fatherless, the widows, the strangers who were having nothing. The food was for them. And who are the people to bring the food? It was only for those people that have. It was only the rich, those people who have, the average, those people who have the little, to take care of the poor, the fatherless, the widow who doesn't have. He was not asking the widow who doesn't have to bring the little he has, or the fatherless to bring the little he has. Then, if the widow bring the little she has, and the less privileged bring the little they have, then who will the food be for? Listen very carefully and think very well. If we are taxing the widow to bring, the less privileged to bring the little they have, so that there will be a blessing for them, God will open the windows of heaven for them, then the food now is for who? Whom are you giving the food to? If the less privileged that you're supposed to bring and give, you are asking them to bring, the food now is for who? Is for God? Is God asking you to bring that thing, the food for him, so that there will be food for him? Let us be wise, especially the religious followers. Now, it was for the rich, those people that have, they are the one to bring 10% of what? Remember, there was a bankrupt, a Babylonian captive. The Jerusalem was destroyed. God wanted to reconcile their faith. He said, okay, since everybody now have scattered abroad, no, they have denied my status, they can come back again. They now call Malachi. As they reviewed Jerusalem, they came back. We uploaded this video sometimes ago. Now, he now said, bring them all these things so that there will be food in my house. That is in Old Testament. In the New Testament dispensation, Christ did not adopt that method. Christ now said to take care of this less privilege now. In the book of Mark, he said, when you take care of the poor, remember what he told the disciple in the book of Mark. He said, I was naked, you did not clothe me. I was in prison, you did not visit me. I was in hospital, you did not attend to me. And I was, hunger, you did not give me food. They asked him, when were all these things we did not attend to you? He said, if you do it among the less privileged in my house or within you, you have done it for me. Now, that is Christ's method, substituting the Malachi. God, in the book of Malachi chapter 3, God said, when you bring this food and give to the less privileged, you have done it to me. You have not robbed me. But you have not bring these things. If you refuse to bring this 10% to take care of this less privilege, you have robbed me. Just get clear understanding of these two things. The time of Malachi, when God was talking directly. Then when our Messiah came, which is our priesthood, our new priesthood, he did not adopt that method of tithe. He said, you personally take care of this less privilege. If you do it to them, you have done it to me. Then God said in the Malachi, if you take take care of the less privileged, the oppressed, you have done it to me. You see the two methods. The two are working, they are interwoven. They are working in pari passu. That is why Christ did not cancel that tithe completely. Because if you make use of the tithe appropriately, the way it was said in the book of Malachi, you are still in line with what Christ is talking about. But if you cannot adopt that method, if you cannot apply that method properly, then adopt the method of Christ in the book of Mark. Then that is why he said, give, it shall be given unto you, generously. It is a generous giving. So, based on this fact, we are saying that tithe was not for the poor to pay. God did not ask the poor to pay tithe. It was those people that have. Because the tithe was to take care of the less privileged. Probably the Levites who were doing nothing, and the priests who were doing nothing. But in the New Testament, we don't have priests, we don't have the Levites. Paul said everybody should go and work. Christ mandated everybody also expected everybody to work, so that he take care of the poor who doesn't have. And he's not expecting that. It's not expected that you should go and fold your hand and become poor so that other people will take care of you. No, there are people who don't have that, that capacity. They don't have that strength, that ability to struggle for what to eat. They don't have the privilege to have their ends meet. So they are to be taken care of by the church, by individuals, by the Christians. So based on this fact, we are saying that the poor was not asked to pay tithes. It was only the rich. We are saying if there is any confusion, any doubt, you can still call on us. We'll explain more better. Philanthropic Christian School of Thought. Give us direct message in our DM. Or you go to our notification, you notify us, we shall attend to your, request.